Good morning. You are tuned into Coffee and Donuts with Miss T, and
Lexus.
today is Thursday, March 31st, 2022. Le- Lexus, have you had your coffee and donuts this morning?
Yes, I've had my coffee and my donut.
We all know that the early bird catches the worm when.
Always.
Okay, Lexus, let's go ahead and say a prayer so we can welcome our guests in and get our announcements read.
Oh Lord, we thank you for this day. We thank you for life. We thank you for help. And we thank you for strength. Lord God, we ask you right now to touch our listeners and our subscribers in a very special way. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Amen, amen, amen again. Good morning to 700 people in the room this morning. Good morning, Annabelle TV. Good morning, William, the unknown shout out. Good morning, Shawanda Williams. Good morning, Official Jamia. Good morning, MLW Fishing Man. And to everyone that we have in the bushes, welcome to everybody. Okay, I think I need to add a little honey or something to my coffee this morning because my voice is gone. Our announcements. If you want us to give your channel a shout out, or if you want us to send you a birthday greeting or wish or anniversary wish or a just because, or if you have something special coming up on your channel, leave us a DM on Instagram at W.T.F with the family tables or Lexus Ice ASMR, and we will gladly read your announcement during Coffee and Donuts. And it's free. Okay. Every Wednesday is Viewer's Choice. DM us on Instagram or leave a topic in the comment section under this video. Can y'all tell I'm struggling this morning?
I think I am too, Miss Tabor.
No, both of us can't be struggling.
No, that's I mean just I think I went to bed too late last night or something.
Okay, each Friday, we will highlight a different YouTube channel. And right now, we're only highlighting those channels that have less than 500 subscribers, okay? So if you want us to highlight your channel, or if you know of a channel that needs some help getting to that 500 subscriber count milestone, go ahead and leave us a DM so that we can, help them on Coffee and Donuts as much as we can. Our happy mail address is P.O. Box 443, Indianola, Mississippi. That's INDIANOLA, Mississippi 38751. Okay. So Lexus Ice, guns in the home. What is your take on it? What are the pros and cons? Um, Let me go ahead and refresh my coffee. I'm listening, okay? It's on you.
Well, I'm gonna say this for as far as guns in the home. People, have, guns in the home, different things like that for protection. Now, as far as when it comes down to children, and you have children in your home and you have guns in the home, I think that number one, the children should never be aware that there are guns in the home. And most definitely, the children should not be aware of where the guns are located because children snoop around and they get into things. And if a child stumbles up on a gun, they may not think it's for real, you know, and they may not know the danger of it because now, they guns are all over the place. They're all over social media. They're all on TV. Even animated cartoons have like cops and robbers where they're shooting at people, and so children may not understand the danger of a gun. And if they happen to stumble upon the gun, it could be detrimental. Um, so I'm gonna say that if you just gotta have a gun in your house, make sure it has a lock on it. Make sure the children doesn't know where it's located at. Make sure it's up out of their way. because it can be dangerous. Everybody feel that they need something to protect themselves in case of robberies or things like that. But at the same time, don't let what you had in your house to protect you, end up being detrimental to you. So, to each his own on that, but make sure that it is in a safe, secure location where it's not accessible to children.
Okay, I agree. Good morning, Mary's Life Journey that just came into the building. Okay, I'll tell you something that happened to us while we were growing up. And I'm trying to remember how old I was at the time. Um I think maybe about 9 or 10, maybe 11 or something like that. Um we have an older brother and he's 7 years older than me. And so we have a middle sister and I'm 2 years older than her. And so we got Miss Doll in the building this morning. Oh, okay, Miss Doll. And that's our mom, everybody. Is my voice really bad? Let's
No, it's the same as every morning. It's-
raspy. That just getting up voice.
yeah, that's all. You'll be okay.
Okay, so I remember something, an incident that happened. I think I was 9 or 10, maybe 11. We have a middle sister. I'm 2 years older, and we were in my brother's bedroom. He wasn't there, and so you know how you ramble through, like Lex, I say you just ramble through things and stuff, bored and just rambling through stuff. And in one of his dresser drawers, I found a gun, a handgun. I don't know what kind it was, anything like that. But I found a handgun, and my sister Monique, she was sitting in his bed. We was in there watching TV, going through his stuff. So I went through the drawer and I found a gun, a handgun, and a $1 bill, looking through his dresser drawer. So she was sitting in the bed, and you know, I knew that the gun was real. I wasn't so not even just, I knew the gun was real. So I don't know what I was thinking, but I pointed the gun at Monique and she put her arms up over her face. And I don't remember snapping the gun or nothing like that. But just like this little voice was saying, snap it, click it or whatever. But I didn't. She was like, but I never did snap it or whatever. So I ended up putting the gun back. We went and told my mom that it was a gun, in the room in there. And I was, thinking, what if, just what if all these years, what if we were talking about that last night when we were discussing this topic. And
Hmm.
I said, did I snap the gun? She said, no. She said, you didn't snap it. She said, but I was so scared. And I was like, how would our life have been if,
Exactly.
yeah, so
But you,
you have to be, huh?
I remember that. I remember when we told mom, dad got up and went in the room. He's like, "Where is it?" And dad was so upset. I mean, he was so upset. And I knew,
Yeah.
I'm sure
So
him and brother had a good conversation,
yeah,
but
you have to be very careful, very careful. And I can't tell you the countless number of stories over the years that I have read about kids stumbling up on the guns, hunting rifles and all of that. And just how many stories I've heard about kids playing with guns, and from different communities and stuff. So it's a universal issue. It's just not with one community. It's happened in many communities, so we have to be very careful. And in my personal viewpoint, I look at it like this. People say I don't want a gun in the house, or but I look at it like this. If you're at home and somebody break in on you and your family, what do you have to protect you and your family? What you gonna grab? A broom, a bat? They coming in fully loaded, cocked and loaded, and you coming to a gunfight with a knife. There's not even a equal fair, playing ground or whatever. So on that note, I think every family should consider having, something in their home to protect themselves in case of intruders, and just think about it like this. You don't want the intruders to get into your personal space. Once the intruder get into your personal space, like within arm reach of you trying to swing a bat or picking up, you know, it's over with. I just think everybody should educate themselves on having a gun or taking lessons to, make sure that you're safe and know how to operate one. I personally feel, like I said, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but I personally feel that every home should have one. Just make sure it's safe and out of the reach of the kids, and you keep it maintained every so often to make sure it's still working. Because I remember watching, I don't know if it was Fatal Attraction or For My Man on TV1. And anyway, it was this episode where an intruder broke in on the family. It was a mother, a daughter, and a couple of kids. And so when the police finally got there, the daughter was dead. They had killed the kids, and the mom was in the hallway, and she had a gun. And when the police analyzed the gun had been shot in years. It had jammed up, wasn't even properly maintained or nothing. So if you're gonna keep a gun in the home, make sure every so often that it works. At least make sure it works, because what's the point of having it if you haven't used it in years and it's jammed and rusted and stuff? So if you're gonna have it, make sure you take classes, educate yourself, you know, to protect your family. Let me go back up and read the room. Okay, who did I miss? Okay, I said good morning to Miss Dahl. Mortgage with me is in the building. Good morning. Sweet Ree is in the building. Good morning, Sweet Ree. P May family is in the building. Good morning. Shawanda Williams is in the building. Good morning, Queen Gertrude Eat is in the building. Did MLW Fisherman just come in? I don't know, but good morning to you.
No,
I
he
call your
MLW
name.
been
Good morning. How are
I
you?
think he was
How is
one of the first
everybody
people here.
doing this morning? Okay.
And Miss Taylor, MLW is always in the building.
I know. I don't remember if when
Whether
I was.
he's typing or not, he's always in the building.
Yeah, but I was. I don't remember him being in
Yeah,
the
but
chat.
you
I
spoke to
just.
him earlier. You
Okay.
did. You spoke to him earlier.
Okay. So, Alexis Ice, is there anything you want to add? And listen, y'all, our panel is always open. If someone wants to come up and give their perspective on or guns in the home, do you think it's a good idea or not? Or or give an example of or instance you've known it's to backfire by having a gun in the home, especially with kids, because kids are so nosy. I know I know when mom and dad used to leave, and I was the oldest girl. I was so nosy, I'd be looking all under the bed tick for stuff.
Just knows it.
I was
Yeah.
real. I have
Well,
always
you
been
was
nosy
real
like
nosy,
that. I
girl.
have always. I don't know what, baby. So I'm like that now. You give me something to investigate. I investigate all the way from A to Z and flip it back over from Z to A and get every nook and cranny and turn over every rock. I have always been like that. I don't know why. I've always been nosy.
Wow. But yeah, I think there's something every home needs, but at the same time, make sure it's up out the way of kids. Make sure the kids don't know where it is. Put it up out the way, maybe in a closet on a shelf. Just make sure that it's not accessible to the children, because children is nosy and they come up on it, and it could be very detrimental. And nowadays, if a kid finds a gun and it kills someone, parents can be at fault and go to jail for it.
You know what? Let me back up. I said I meant bed mattress.
Well, what you said?
The tick. We
Girl, this
that's
is me.
that's
Come
country
on,
slang in Mississippi, but for all the northerners that didn't catch that language, the bed mattress.
bed mattress. Yes, let's be political correct. Bed mattress.
Okay, so well, now what were you saying, Lexus Ice?
I was saying, if you're gonna have them, make sure that they're up out of the way from kids reach kids through, because parents can be liable and go to prison
Oh
if
yeah.
something if a tragedy occurs because of children playing with guns. And this has children has been accidentally killed all for years, just playing with guns, finding guns, playing with them,
Hmm.
guns in the home, parents cleaning the gun around the kids and they accidentally go off. All kind of accidents can happen with guns. People are so careless with something so dangerous and deadly. So my that's my take on it. You need it, but at the same time, don't let what you had protect you end up harming.
That's right. Yeah. Coco TTV is in the building. So I let me. The panel is open. You all can always come to the panel and give your take. This is the no judgment zone. And my sister Monique is she listens to the show. She'll go back and catch the replay. And so a while ago, a couple of weeks ago, she went back listened to a few shows, and she sent us a text in this little group chat that her, Alexis, and my mom and I are in. She said, listen, you always say it's a no judgment free zone. She said, is it a judgment free zone or is it no judgment zone? It can't be both of them. So what you trying to say? So I have to be more aware of it's a no judgment zone or a judgment free zone. So I mean, y'all know what I be talking about.
And so on a lighter note, and this is humorous. Something to say. I know this person. They live in another state. But anyway, they are a convicted felon, so they can't have guns
Right.
around them. So they have about 5, 6 children. So we were talking to them one day, and they was like, I can't have a gun here, but I've taught my children. Somebody break in here, everybody fight. You hot sauce them, you ketchup them,
Oh wow.
you throw some oil on them. I'm like,
Wow.
wow. I'm like, he said, yeah, that's what we teach our children. We can't have guns. So we show it's enough to turn that person around.
You know what I have what I have noticed if and then I don't know. I just feel like a gun carries more weight than just trying to just fist fight or swing bats and stuff like that. Because with a gun, I mean, you can keep space between you and them. Shoot off a few warning shots, and that'll run them back out. And if they still feel foggy enough that they want to jump, that lead will stop them, and they won't even be get close enough to you. If some and I God forbid if somebody I just, don't know what would happen if we don't have anything to protect ourselves for somebody to come up in here on us. I'm just thinking about that type of scenario. What would you do? You know, especially having kids in the house and people nowadays, they killing kids and cats and dogs and everybody. Okay, let me see if we got somebody backstage. We got Annabelle backstage. Okay, Annabelle, you're now on the panel of coffee and donuts. Today's topic is guns in the home. What is your take on
Oh dear Lord, hold on to your undies.
it?
Oh wow, there's no clear answer. If anyone's looking for a silver bullet, you're not gonna find it. No puns intended. Um, Me personally, absolutely not. Absolutely not. The reason being that a parent would have to be on guard 100% of the time, never make a single mistake ever. All that child has to do is be curious one time, and it could be disastrous. Is it worth having one sibling end the life of another sibling just so you could feel safe with a gun? You're playing Russian roulette. Again, no puns intended. Life's a risk. Just living is not guaranteed. We wake up in the morning, we leave for work, but there's no guarantee we'll be home. If you're thinking, oh, I need this to be safe for that, I need that to be safe for this, you're never going to relax and live right. That's not living.
You're gonna always be on guard, huh?
Yeah, you're always going to be on guard. You're never going to be relaxed. You're going to be tense. Your tension's going to pass on to your kids, that they're going to be afraid of everything. And that's not, I think, what life was meant to be. I think it was meant to be somewhat enjoyed. Now, I understand that by the time the police get there, the situation is done.
Yeah, because the police don't come to protect when whatever's
I
gonna happen. When the
know.
police get there, everything is said and done.
Yeah, it's said and done. It's over with. They're just like a cleanup crew. So I can understand, like, you need to protect your house, to protect your family, to protect yourself. I get that. And the region of the country I live at, if you can't afford to go to the grocery store to get some meat, you go to someone who has a lot of land and you
Mhm.
harvest it yourself. So, to feed yourself, to protect your property, to protect your family, I get it. But that means that you have the responsibility to make sure 100% of the time, and human beings are not 100% all the time. We have flaws. I don't know if you noticed that, but we do. And I don't know. That's such a touchy issue, especially with the culture we live in that glorifies, you know, these things. Um, Most of the, we'll say, mass school incidents are caused because someone in the house did not secure their arms. The child got to it, and next thing you know, everyone's on the news.
Hmm.
A lot of those things that happen in the schools on the news is because, well, gun owners were not responsible. They don't lock it up. You're supposed to have two uh, safes. Are you aware of that?
Well, no, I'm not aware of that, but I do know owning a gun is a huge, responsibility. It is, especially
Oh
with
yeah.
kids in the house. It's a huge responsibility. Um,
Whether at war, whether you're protecting your family, whether you're out getting food, firearm was made to take a life. Period. That's all that thing was made to do, was to take life. So when you take it out, you realize that you're getting ready to take a life here. And I don't know about you, but I think only one person, one entity in this entire universe has the right to give and take life.
I'll tell you my take on that, and I'm just thinking about, um, I'm in my home. Let's go back to a time where it was just Brandon and I.
Okay.
I'm in my home, and I'm just making this up as I go. I'm just giving the scenario, painting the picture. That's it.
Okay,
I'm
what
in
if?
my home, minding my own business, and let's say an intruder decided, for whatever reasons, to target our house, to come to our house while we're here minding our own business, and decide to kick our door in, and come in for whatever reason. It's just Brandon and I, and like I said, I'm making this up. So I'm just thinking about my options. What options do I have? I hear somebody trying to come in. What can I do?
I'm the
Am I
little.
prepared? How can I protect us in a situation like that? Do I scream? Yeah, I'm gonna call the police. Okay, we know the police don't only come after everything is over with.
Well,
Okay.
if you dial 911, then drop the phone on the floor and go the other way. They'll trace you and they'll buy
Yeah,
the
but they're
car.
still gonna come after everything's said and done.
True,
So
true.
at the moment, I'm thinking about what are my options. Do I grab a bag that I have in place already for somebody breaking in? Or do I grab a gun um and try to protect us? What do I do? You have to put yourself, think about a situation, put yourself, in a situation and think, what are our options? How can I protect my family? You know, and every home is different, but I truly believe that and if somebody listen, I ain't trying to kill nobody. I'm not trying to take a life. But if I'm in my own home, minding my own business, and you decide to kick past my locks and come
Mm-hmm.
into my home, and I'm at home, you get whatever's on the other side of that door because
Right.
you had the choice to stay on the other side. So
Right.
whatever happens once you come into my safe zone. I lock my door. You were not invited. So I'm assuming you are there to do us bodily harm. And
Why
so
would they want to do
if
you
your life
bodily
gets
harm?
taken because you made the choice to come inside, so
Why
be
would
it.
why would they want to break down your door just to do you bodily harm?
Why would why? That's a good question. Why? Why?
It doesn't happen. That's what the gun manufacturers make up to make people scared to get a gun, and then they get a gun. Because
I'm not out here trying to kill nobody, but
a
I can
burglar,
guarantee you this.
unless you've done some uh shady stuff on the side and you owe someone a lot of money, thieves don't want to mess with someone in the house because you are standing in between them and the property they're trying to take. That
Okay,
doesn't
this
happen.
is a real life story happened in Tupelo, Mississippi. A couple of years ago, somebody that my family and I know, somebody that we were acquainted with. Uh, and this we read an article, obituary actually. Of this was back in 2015. We found out a few years later that the person had died. But we found out a few. I think it was last year when Alexis.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
So a person that we knew, a young man, broke into somebody's house. That was his thing. That was his thing. He was on drugs, so breaking into people's house. That's how he supplied his habit. And so
Uh,
the homeowner, it said that the homeowner heard somebody trying to get in, called the police, and told the intruder that they were calling the police and that they had a gun and that they should leave. The intruder, so high off of whatever he was high on, continued to break in. On that note, if I have told you that I've called the police are on their way, and that I have a gun, and you still want to come in, he gave him a cold one in the chest. It only took that one, and that when the police got there, that's where they found him, and he had already broken into the house, laid flat out on the ground, one to the chest. So if you decide, and
and
I
all
you
because he
you
was
have to
high.
care more about your life than I do. I have to care more about me. So if you break into my house, whatever you get on the other side of my door, if I didn't invite you,
Mm-hmm.
that's on you. You made that choice to break into my house.
Yeah.
I don't know what your plans are when you come in. I'm assuming once you kick past my locks, you are there to do me harm because my door is locked and you kick your way in. I'm assuming you're there to do harm to me and my family. So I'm gonna protect, my family and that by all means.
And by every stance of the law, you would be in the clear. You would absolutely be correct.
That's a true example of stand your ground. And I'm not sure
Oh
Mississippi
yeah.
have the stand your ground law. I haven't done research on that or not. But I do know you better stay on the other side of the door if I don't invite you in.
Well, that's not even a stand your ground law. That's just that's in the books. That
But
and
you
once
do
someone
know
goes over your
if you
threshold,
do a little research and there, you do know that there have been times that the intruder has pressed charges on on the homeowner
oh
for
my God, I read those.
yes.
Oh my
Oh,
God.
do I
Why
have
would
a
they want to
story?
press charges that they're in the wrong? They're
Do I
breaking
have
into
a
someone's
story?
house and
I
they want to
tell
press
you
charges.
what, that has happened. That has happened. It sure has.
Yes, it was a summer. I forgot what year it was, but I was in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and there was a series of burglaries going around. And then one time, someone left their garage door open, The wife came home, noticed someone was in there, and decided to close the garage door.
Mhm. Mhm.
The person was so enthralled in trying to break the lock to the house, they didn't realize that the garage door had closed.
Oh wow.
Oh yeah. So by the time the cops came by to release him from the garage, he turned around and sued the people there for imprisoning him against his will,
See?
for not giving him food and water, for not having him a place to go to the bathroom, in
Mm.
intense heat, inhumane treatment. And the
Wow.
judge, oh my God, first off, I'm wondering who is the lawyer that agreed to do this shenanigans, because it's like, dude, you're in the wrong. You were so in the wrong. The judge took one look at the case, threw it out, and couldn't help but laugh.
I know it. I know, but you
They
know,
they can do it. They could try it, but they will not win because no one
it
told.
depends on the judge and what type of day the judge is having and all that. It's just every home has to decide. And who is that? Mary's Life Journey made a good point. She said even if we had a gun in the home, it would be under lock and key. If it has to be under lock and key, what good is that? If someone breaks in, you have to unlock something to get to the gun.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. So you have to make that decision to just every home should, that's something to talk about. Every
Well, if
home is
someone's breaking
different.
down your door, it's going to take them quite a little bit of time to break down your door, which gives you time to unlock your gun,
Right.
load it. Maybe if it was used in the intent that it was supposed to be used, then you don't need it free flying around the house.
Right. It at any time it should not be just laying around. It especially if kids are in the house,
Oh
it should
God.
be up and out of the way, and the kids shouldn't even know that there is a gun in the house.
I mean, come on, how many times we went snooping into our mother's closet and found the Christmas gifts?
I did it all the time.
Oh,
I
come
Exactly.
always
on.
snoop through stuff. Good
It
morning,
was,
Character Girl Miniature Mukbang. How are
Exactly.
you?
uh, it got so bad with me that I spoiled so many Christmases. My mom just got a lock and
I
just
snoop
kept.
all the time. When my mom and dad left, I would snoop through the closets and everything.
Yeah, so if we could find the Christmas presents hidden around the house, believe me, the kids will find that gun hidden around the house. It, it has to be in a gun safe people,
Yeah, I agree.
because especially when the teenagers, they get frustrated, they think a permanent solution to temporary situations, they're going to go for that.
Yeah.
Believe me, they're going to go for that. And what we're seeing in the news, they're still going for it. Oh, speaking of the news, you notice ever since the panorama happened and we kind of restricted the kind of news reports had gone down.
Mm.
That's one good thing that came out of this mess, I tell you, in a morbid way. But I veer off course.
I mean, it's okay.
But
We
yeah,
always veer off course over here. It's fine.
uh, but no, I mean, do I want it near me? No, because I've seen what a gun can do. Um, I lived in New York all my life till I was 23, 24. I spent half my life in the South Bronx before the rebuilding started, while the place was on fire, literally. That's a whole story in itself. Oh dear God! But 12 years old, we didn't know it was winter. It was winter that year. I think it was 82, 83, and we went to the train station to go visit some friends in Brooklyn, which was a long ride. So we started early that day, and we always stopped at this one stoplight before we crossed the street, and there was at least 2 feet of snow, and I remember it vividly. There was a police tape wrapped around it, and a huge blood spot around at least two,
Mm,
3 feet wide.
mm,
I'm 12 years old. I don't need to be seeing a crime scene,
mm, mm.
and you hear bullets all the time. And one time, me and my brother, we were looking out the window one day, celebrating the New Year's. Bad idea, because we heard something and then we felt something going between us that felt like a brush of air.
Wow.
We pulled our heads in that window and we did not go near it. You learn not to go near the windows living in the city. Oh, geez. So I have a really bad taste in my mouth when it comes to firearms, because I've seen the lives it can take, and it's not just that one person. It's families are being destroyed, and I understand. It's like, if you don't defend yourself, you gotta take their life, but that's someone's baby, and it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
guns are no joke.
I
Guns
know.
are a real deal, and that's why so many people struggle with, um,
Should I
should
own
they
it?
have them in the home or not, because it carries a big responsibility, and
True.
it's a matter of life and death. You
Yes.
have a conversation, and a serious conversation about should we have them in the home or not, because children do snoop, and you shouldn't keep a loaded gun in the house in the first place. You
Oh
should
God.
always keep it locked. Always keep, don't just have it in a shoebox like they used to do back in the day. You have to actually have it under lock and key.
Yeah.
Good
And
morning,
don't
friend couple cooking series.
and don't
Welcome to
tell your
Coffee and
your
Donuts.
and don't tell your favorite nephew the combinations to the safe.
Oh no.
What's
Mm-mm.
the sense in having the safe? Oh God. But it's such a huge responsibility. But that means that that is part of gun culture in America. And we
Everybody just running and getting a gun. Mary's Life Journey says celebratory gunfire is the most dangerous. Yeah, New Year, they shoot for the New Year. They
hmm
shoot for July 14th, Christmas. What else?
depending on your neighborhood, Cinco de Mayo.
Oh yeah. That's Baby Lynn was born on Cinco de Mayo. That's
Oh,
my Cinco de Mayo baby. But listen, I know for New Year, every single year since I can remember, we have always gone to watch service at church. I mean, as far as I can think back, even as an adult, that's what we are every New Year's at church. We've always done it. And so we have always waited until after the gunfire was stopped before we would leave out, because like Mary's Life Journey said, that is the most dangerous. And
yeah.
people in this, everybody knows that that's what people do, especially for New Year. And sometimes for 4th of July, you can't hardly tell that of those fireworks or somebody shooting around or two.
I
Good
know.
And
morning, Carter's E. Welcome back to Coffee and Donuts. Today we are talking about guns in the home. What is your perspective on it? Every household is different, especially when you have children. Should you have a gun in the home or no? And right now we have did somebody say Rashad is in the building? Let me go back up. Rashad, the verdict is in the building. I didn't see you come in, Rashad, but you're no stranger to Coffee and Donuts. Welcome back. Welcome back. Right now we have Annabelle TV on the panel. Lex Ice, are you still there?
yes, I was about to say you were saying that we. I remember, sometimes when people have those, New Year's and things, they shoot up in the air. I remember a time where there was a.
You
Lex,
there, hon?
Lex.
Okay, yeah, I'm here. I'm sorry. There was a there was a church service going on, and the church was located in a residential area. And it was at 12. Most people have the custom of just coming to the altar. Been on the altar praying when the new year comes in. And so this young man, he was on the altar. They were all praying, and he felt like something. You know how something tap you or on your shoulder or something like that. He felt that, but it was nothing. So he really didn't pay attention to it. And so after they left off the altar, he looked down and he realized it actually was a shell case.
Oh
Someone was
wow.
shooting outside, and it went through the roof of. It came down from through the roof of the church and hit him on the shoulder.
Oh wow.
So now that's why they tell you, that everything that goes up must come down.
That's
You know,
true. That is. Did we lose Annabelle?
I think we did. I'm about to step down as well. It's
Oh,
time for me to get on to work. You all have a good day. Enjoy your day, but I gotta head on out.
okay, okay, okay. All right. So it's what 6:50. We only have a few minutes. I don't know if Annabelle left. I don't know if she having technical difficulties or what, but I'm here by myself, I guess. So the panel is open, and if anybody wants to come up, I tell you what. Let me go back up and read some comments. I don't want to miss anybody. Um, Everybody's speaking. Good morning. Okay, Carter E said, "No, ma'am, but we really need one." And that's my personal opinion too. I feel that every household needs one, but I also feel that they have to be, uh, be safe and educated on, gun safety and have a plan in place, things like that. Let's see. So let me take a quick poll. So is there anybody, okay, Carty said, hey Coco, and thank you for reintroducing me to Praying Couple. Okay, then see those connections. Um, okay, oh, Annabelle says she's here. Okay, I don't know what happened. So let me take a quick poll. So if anyone in the comments, in the chat, or in the bushes, do you have guns in the home? Yes or no? Do you have guns in your home? Yes or no? And then I'll even take it a step further while y'all deciding if you want to answer or not. Do you have guns in the home? Yes or no? What's going on at noon today? Okay, so I've known people um not only have guns in the home, but every time they leave their home, they have a gun on them. Now I don't know how I feel about that. You have to carry a gun everywhere you go. Okay, so do you have guns in your home? Annabelle says no. Mary's Life Journey says no. Carrie the Girl Miniature Mukbang says no, but we are getting one. P Make Family says no. Coco said yes. License carry. I know that's right. License to carry and ready to use. So Annabelle, you and Carter, see what y'all doing? A collab for noon. So some saying yes, some saying no. And from my personal opinion, I think it is necessary with the times that we live in today. And not saying that you're gonna automatically put a hot one in somebody, but I think like they tell you, it wouldn't hurt to fire a couple of warning rounds to let them know you mean business. And if you continue after those two warning rounds, you know where the third one's gonna go. Because if I give you two warning rounds to tell you don't come in, it's danger, and you come in anyway, I have to assume that you really got some heavy duty punch power with you. You gonna come in it anyway after those two warning shots. Curtis E said that was my mother-in-law. She kept in the glove compartment. I'm like, what? Oh, yeah. I remember when I was living on my own for the first time. Well, when I first moved out on my own, I had a roommate, a girl from church. We got an apartment together in another city. And then after we kept bumping heads because it can, everybody's different. We kept bumping heads. So I ended up moving out on my own into this little crappy apartment. God knows with Jesus. I moved into this apartment, and so my god brother, and he brought me a gun. I don't know if the gun had a body on it. I don't know where he got the gun from, but he said, "You need a gun. You live alone. You need a gun." So he was trying to show me how to shoot the gun, and at that time I wasn't even ready, or I don't think had the mindset to even own a gun, and then not to mention he come bringing me a gun. It could be hot or anything. So he brought me a gun, tried to show me how to use it. Brought me the bullets, everything I needed for the gun. I didn't have a license, didn't know where he got it from or nothing. So he gave it to me in a shoebox, and so I kept it like under my bed, like pushed back in the corner under my bed, right where I slept at. So if anybody came in, I could pull the shoebox out and whatever. So listen, he is so silly. So he spent the night one night, and I'm sound asleep. And sometimes I'm a light sleeper, sometimes I'm not. So I kept hearing something, like in the hallway or something. I said, let me get up. He is so silly. He climbing up the side of the wall up. And when I went in the hallway, he's like, he done climb up the wall like he's Spider-Man, and he in the top of the ceiling in the hallway. So when I came out in the hallway, he jumped down and I screamed. He said, "Where you gun at?" And I'm like, I didn't even think to grab the gun. He said, I'm testing you. This your first test. You fail. I said, you would have been the fool, the joke, because had I got the gun and went to shoot, you would have got the raw end of the stick, you know? So you have to be careful when a gun is nothing to play with. It's nothing to play with at all. Let's see. Annabelle said the worst person to give a gun to is, oh yeah, a nervous person. They'll shoot themselves and you too. Sweet Reese said, enjoy your day, Lex Ice. Let's see. Curtis E says, oh, Sweet Reese says she's at work now. Curtis E says, I had one in college in a shoebox that I swear had already had a body on it. Oh, it's probably in my college truck, still in that same old shoebox. No, it's nothing to play with. It is nothing to play with. And he climbed up the wall in the darkness like he's Spider-Man trying to test me. And I'm like, if I had to grab the gun and went to shoot, who you think was gonna get hurt? Me or you? A gun ain't nothing to play with. So y'all listen, it's 6:57 and my life is about to change, y'all. I'll tell you, give you the details later, but I'm about to go through some changes in my life. And I gotta work it out, y'all. Positive changes though. Positive changes. So anyway, it's been real, y'all. It's been real. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't even have a thought for today, but I can come up with one. I want to thank everybody for coming to the panel. Always, I want to thank you all for rocking with coffee and donuts this far. We may have to take coffee and donuts on the road, but I'll give you all more. Did you miss what Curtis eat? Oh, Curtis said, "Why your life about to change?" It's good. It is good, y'all. You know, I'll let y'all know very shortly. Okay, let me see. Did I miss something? Okay. Coco knock him dead at work. That's what Curtis Eats saying. Rashad the verdict, and that was made to defend life. Wait, the comments are moving now. And they was made to defend life too. You have to give kids lessons and follow up reminders. you know, some kids in some communities are taught how to use rifles and handguns, especially at some ages they automatically start going hunting and things like that. So they are taught how to use a rifle. But on that note, I guess it depends on how mature a child is, but still, accident can happen. It don't matter what age or accident and gun safety. It's still their potential to, having an accident. Curtis E said, "Oh, let's go back up." Mary's Life Journey said, "Oh, tell us." Okay, I'm gonna tell y'all. Oh, okay. I wanted to be sure I didn't miss the church announcement. No, you ain't missed the church announcement. We could move to a late night hour show. My kids are gonna make me crazy. Mine too, Cars eat. Oh yeah, Coco's working on a big project this week. Father son hunting trips are very common out here. My daddy goes hunting all the time. Ever since I can remember. I mean, from childhood, my dad would always go deer hunting. He would always go kill squirrels, always. Always. So gun safety is a big deal, and we all know the dangers of it and what could happen. So every household is different, but just be careful. Get educated on it, and for even if the kids are going hunting, still keep the guns up out of their reach, because they're still kids and they're still not mature enough to fully grasp and understand it, even if they have been educated on it. Guns are not toys. They are not toys. Prank Cup Cooking Series says, let me go back up. Coco TV, you are amazing. God is smiling down and blessing you above and beyond, doing God's work. Blessings, so many channels. Love, peace, always, everyone. We out. All right, thank you for stopping by Praying Couple Cooking Series. Coco showing love cards. He said, Coco, as Hub said, you're a boss, so I know you're managing several fires. Kids include, I'm praying for you, love. Oh, y'all showing Coco some love this morning. MLW Fisherman says, please be safe and have a blessed day. God bless. Carsey speaking. Coco said, we had too much fun with that video. Then you know what? We looked at that video that very night. We looked at it 3 times, and it was like high energy. Just the energy was high. That apple martini, it just looked electric, like it just had lights on it, or just that drink was something else. So y'all just be careful with those guns out there. I just want kids get into things all the time, and like I gave y'all an example how I had that gun, going through my brother's things, and had the gun pointed at my sister, Monique, and nobody even knew the gun was in the house. And my dad, when he got through chewing my brother a new one, I can guarantee you he never brought nothing like that in the house again. Carter, he said, Tangy, to hijack your chat, huh? The Lord is telling me not to speak on some things, but Tangy, your breakthrough is coming. Congrats, man. Oh, you better come on the panel and say that. Girl, I receive it. I receive it. I receive it. I sure do. I receive it. Yeah, you know what? My daddy, I'm still waiting on that story I was supposed to bring you all. But my dad is so old school, and he has his own time to do things. Um, and he don't want to be on camera. Even when we were at church doing our Black History programs and stuff like that, we would get speakers to come in, and we would always ask my daddy to come up and share his experience in the Black History movement here. He never would get up and say anything. He had so many like awards and stuff locally and stuff that people have given whenever they bring up the old NAACP crew, here. They will always call him up, but he would never. I don't know if he's shy. I don't think he's shy, but he never wants to speak or anything like that. But he sure has given us the tools and shared the stories with us over the years and things like that. So what I think I'm gonna have to do, ask him questions and let him answer them like this, as far as just to let him just talk. And I'm just gonna have to interview him like that, and I'm hoping that he will at least get on camera. Let's see. Oh, Carson told me to drop the link. Okay, let me drop the link. That's what I do. I just put up an avatar, let him talk. No, let me drop this link. Hold on. And we're gonna let you take us on now. Let me go ahead and our thought for today is let today be the first day of the rest of your life. We're gonna let Lisa take us out today. Come on up, come on up. Praying Cup of Cooking series said, Tangy, your channel is amazing. Keep up the good work. Thank you so very much. Come, there's the link. Come on up. I'm gonna let you take us out today. And let me see who the last person was to say, have a blessed day or something like that. Oh, you off the Instacart. Oh my goodness. MLW Fishman says, please be safe and have a blessed day. God bless. So we've done all of the formalities. Come on up, Lisa. Okay, I think this is her. Ah, what we're doing today. What we're doing today.
What we do is we're gonna close it out. I gotta start my back. I
Okay.
just want to say we thank Sister Tangi for this amazing panel that she puts on every morning, coffee and donuts. But it's moving and it's impacting people's lives.
Oh
There's
wow.
some powerful women in here. But
Mhm.
Tangi, I think you're standing in a season of expectation, and
Oh,
I know it's on its way. In the name of Jesus, we're just going to go ahead and declare that
I,
overflow and abundance is coming into your
oh yeah.
home. Okay, so do not worry, do not worry, do not worry. And the reason that I spoke to Coco is because I know that she's managing
Oh
so
yes.
many things.
Yes. Yeah.
Um, YouTube is a huge undertaking. She's a
Mm-hmm.
mother, she's a wife, she's doing the videos, and then I know
Mm-hmm.
she's got a very important job, as we all do, as
Yeah.
we all do. But the Lord was just saying, make sure we encourage her and speak that now because
Yes.
something told me she had something going on at work. Oh, hallelujah. So then I'm going to say to Tangi, you said a lot of changes are going to come because you're managing the baby. I know you're about to also probably have to figure out how to do a new schedule for her with the new thing that's about to happen in your life.
Oh, I'm
Um,
going back to the work field. Going back to my job.
don't talk about it. Don't talk about it.
I'll give details later.
Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I'm just telling you what the Lord's telling me. Don't talk about it.
Okay.
Don't talk about it. Now,
Okay.
listen, let's close it out.
Mm-hmm.
Today is spring. Like we said, we're going into a new
Yes.
season.
Yes.
Everybody is a fresh and a new. It's raining down here. That means
Yes.
it's washing away the old. We're
Yes.
coming out fresh, anointed with a new step in our walk. And
Mm-hmm.
we're ready. So we're ready to be champions. We're ready to be pillars in the community. We're ready to speak on behalf of those that can't speak. And we're ready to remind people who God is and that
Right.
if you're kind to one another, it
Mm.
will be reciprocated back to you. I was in Walmart yesterday. Everybody, black and white, was just laughing and loving on each other. Didn't
Oh
even know each
wow.
other. And if we are the instrument for change, change can happen. And I
Mm.
just want to say, y'all continue to be good and be kind and stay focused and watch God. But while you're in your cubicle, pray for each other and pray for the person on the other side of the cubicle. That may be nasty.
That's true. Yes.
Just go ahead and pray for them. And Tangi, you're doing a great job. And I don't know who's on the panel, but I just love coming over to Coffee and Donuts. I don't have much,
Oh, okay.
but I love you. I
I
love
love
you.
you too. I love you. And on that note, we are out. We let Lisa Curtis eat. And if you don't know Curtis eat, like she always says, get there, get there, get there, get there, get there. And see you all tomorrow, same place, same time. Like I always say, spread some positivity throughout these YouTube streets. Have a blessed day. Love you,
Bye,
Lisa.
Jamie Lynn. Bye, Jamie Lynn.
Bye.